To visit with you yet. Wanted to ask about becoming the coach 4 days in the training camp. That had to have been kind of a strange experience.
Well, you're a writer.
Mm-hmm.
If you write here today and write over there tomorrow, you're still a writer, and it's just a locational thing. Was I do this is what I do for a living, so wasn't that it was different, but it wasn't that.
What did you think when they said, okay, we need you to do this now?
Again, that's what I do for a living. So,
How did the job description change?
well, I went from being an analyst. I wasn't working with any of the players at the time. I was working more in a research role and kind of working with defense. Now, then I went to working with offense. That's about it. It was so working with specifically the line. I wasn't working with the line prior to that.
What did you see at the time that needed to improve, and how was that going?
Well, I was with the defense, so I really didn't study what was going on that side of the ball. That's something you'd have to ask the boss.
Well, I imagine the first day you took the job, you saw, okay, these are things that need to get better.
Yeah, well, there's always things that need to get better. There's things that get better now. That's an ongoing process. It's just the way it is.
When you decided to rejoin the organization as an analyst, what went into that process?
Well, Brian called me and he asked me if I come down and help him out since I was sitting at home in Carmel, Indiana, watching Big Valley every day at 2 o'clock. This is what I do for a living. I'm around football. And he thought, he could use my experience as a football coach. Again, more of it was on defense, trying to analyze other teams' protections and how certain blitzes would affect blocking schemes. That's kind of what I was doing up until this time. But that's what my field is, blocking people. So in working with the defense, it allowed me to kind of give them a different perspective.
It's your third stop here.
Yeah, I've been here 3 times. Yeah, I really like it here.
How does this stay?
I'm like a stray dog. They keep feeding me. I keep coming back. I mean, what am I
This is
gonna
my
do?
second time, so South Florida is good. But in terms of where the organization is, how does this compare to your previous stops? You stay with the franchise.
Yeah, well, I mean, every team and every year is different. Obviously, each time I've been back here, it's been with different people, different head coach each time, and every team, like I say, every team is unique in itself, and the fun part of the job is you get to watch teams evolve and grow and change, and no 2 teams, even with within the same structure, are the same year to year. So I don't know. The best part about coming back here is that the support staff here and the people that run the organization day to day, people that run the building, those people are the same, and they welcome me with open arms. And I think that's probably one of the best things about coming back here is that there are people here that take good care of you, and you're not just going to some organization where you're a stranger.
What is your reaction to losing your best player a week before the season starts?
Well, listen, he's a tremendous football player, and there are changes all the time. If he had sprained an ankle, it'd be the same situation. So you just keep on working, and we have a lot of good guys that are working hard right now to just, fit into wherever they need to fit in.
Is your assessment that Tunsil is one of the best left tackles in the NFL?
He's a really good football player. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to rank guys. I don't know. I haven't worked with all the guys. He's a tremendous athlete and a special player, but I've worked with him before, and I'll work with him again.
What's your level of comfort with Jesse Davis at left tackle?
Well, I don't know if he's going to play left tackle. We're kind of playing around with different combinations, and that's one that's been suggested, but I don't know that anything specific is going to happen. It's a work in progress. Let's just say that. And we have some interesting parts that have come into the building, and that's part of the process.
Jesse equated to moving from right tackle, left tackle as you're right-handed. Have you tried looking at writing with your left hand and see how that looks? Is it really that big of a difference? Could that be a difference for a guy like that moving to a new position?
Well, I don't know. I mean, again, he may still be right-handed, so I don't know. That's just. I didn't play the game. I never played in the NFL. I've coached a lot of guys that have done a lot of different things. Again, it's just a matter of seeing how all the pieces play together. It's not so much about finding one guy to play one spot. Even past groups I've worked with, it's more about getting good players to play well together, not just getting good players to play good. If they play individually, then we're not going to get anything accomplished. So we just have to find the right mix and the right combination. I've been through that before.
We hear that a lot. That the big thing with the offensive line is the cohesion and guys playing together week to week and even season to season, you seem to be at the opposite end of that spectrum right now. So
Well, in New England,
what's the challenge
if
in
you
dealing
look
with
back to New England in 2015, I rotated a whole bunch of guys. I didn't. The head coach did quite a bit. We had 3 rookies playing, and we rotated a whole bunch of dudes. And at one game, I believe we had 12 or 13 different combinations for every drive we had. So that was every drive was different for the entire game against Jacksonville. We were 10-0 that year. So is that a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know. I mean, we just have to find. It takes time to find the right mix, the right combination, and sometimes. I equate it to the guy that invented the intermittent wipers. I saw that movie with Greg Kinnear. He says, well, you know what? It's the exact same. They were trying to argue that it was the exact same as it was before, but he found the right way to link up all that wiring so that we were able to get intermittent wipers. Well, that's the key. We got to find the right wiring. It's not about the pieces. The pieces are there, and we just got to find it.
I apologize.
Huh?
You watch a lot of TV.
Well, no, this was a long time ago, but I thought it was interesting because he took a sentence and he gave a bunch of words, and he said, well, when you say each word individually, they're just words, but when you put them all together, it's something special. So it's really the same thing. You just got to find the right places for these guys.
You're
And they're all
comfortable,
working
but
hard.
You have the parts to work with.
Well, that's what everybody's working hard to try to show their best effort right now, show what their best football is, and I'm excited to go into the season with the guys we have, and then we just go. We got to play.
I apologize if I've already been asked this, but
Yeah.
how would you describe the challenge of trying to get your unit ready for Sunday with all of the moving parts and then the comings and goings?
In most NFL teams, there's going to be some change every week. Sometimes there's a little bit more change, sometimes a little less change. That's week to week in every team. Gone are the days where 5 guys played the same 5 spots for entire 16 games. I haven't seen it in a long time. And I saw it when I was at the Giants. They played 3 years in a row together, all 16 regular season. But I don't know if that exists anymore. So that's part of the process. And we teach conceptually. We cross-train guys. To be honest with you, I'd like to have every guy in the line be able to snap a football. Like, why? Why do you need a tackle to be? Well, because you never know. You never know what's going to be needed for a game, to finish a game or to play a game, and you never know who the best guy is going to be until you give it a try, give it a whirl. So
If I was going to show up on a Sunday and play the next Sunday, having just 1 week, I would probably want to be a receiver, a running back, or a corner. To me, it's that might be the easiest spots to do that. How hard is it for a tackle to get through a game 1 week of playbook studying?
again, you're a writer.
Yeah.
If I take you and make you a writer over there, you're still a writer. It's just you got a new desk and a new phone number, and you got to figure out how to dial out. Is there a code, or do I just dial 9? I mean, it's the same. They're professionals. This is what these men do for a living. This is a job, and I've had guys come in on Wednesdays and play that Sunday. That's just the way it goes. And
What's the biggest
concern?
concern with that?
You'd have to ask them.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have to do it. But this is what we do.
Davenport showed me his hands and his arms. Looks good. I mean, he looks the part.
Well, yeah. If we were doing a measuring test, that'd be fabulous. But I don't think they're going to measure us on Sunday. So,
From your study of him,
yep.
what do you think he can do better, or how will you help
Well,
him?
again, I haven't seen enough of him to give a full assessment. You ask our personnel department; they do a great job of analyzing everything and everybody. So that's kind of outside my. Right now, I haven't worked with the guy. I don't know much about him. I know what I've seen, but I don't want to pass judgment on a guy, good or bad.